Welcome to Coffee and Conversation. My name is Honorine, and today I'm with Raquel Quinones Ubarri, who is pursuing a master in social work and is serving as First Lieutenant in the Army Reserve. Welcome, Raquel, and thank you for being with me today.
Hi, thank you for having me. I really appreciate this opportunity.
So my first question for you is, can you introduce yourself?
So like you said, my name is Raquel Quinones Ubarri. I am pursuing a master's in social work, and I am a logistics officer in the Army Reserves. I have served in the Army Reserves for the past 6 years, and I have had one deployment to the Middle East in 2020. I decided to pursue a degree in social work because I love helping people, and I think serving others is very fulfilling. And then I chose Florida State because I love the atmosphere when I toured, and I truly appreciated how veteran friendly they were towards student veterans. They had policies and programs and organizations that were really there to advocate for veterans, not only just veterans, but also soldiers who are active duty, National Guard, or reservists.
Okay, awesome. Could you tell us more about what does it mean to be a logistic officer? What are your duties and what are your roles?
So as a logistics officer, I currently serve as a mobility officer, which means that I track and coordinate the movement of equipment, supplies, and people, whether it be through the ground, train, ship, or coordinating with the Air Force to go by air. So serving in the Middle East, I tracked over 5,000 pieces of equipment moving across 8 countries in the Middle East.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
It had its challenges, but I learned so much.
And what did you learn, for instance?
So we learned to be fluid. So we deployed in 2020. We were probably on ground for a week or two before the world went on lockdown. And that also included these countries. So we had to ensure that, essential equipment and supplies were still moving within theater or the area of operations so that our forces could continue our work.
Okay, and so how was it to be locked down in the Middle East, far away from family and friends?
So it was interesting because you would read the news and you would talk to your family members and they'd be like, well, there's no toilet paper and there's no Lysol. People are freaking out. But overseas, I guess we're isolated already since we're on a base. Mm-hmm. And so we felt the impact where we had to wear masks, social distance, but it didn't seem as drastic as if we were at home.
And could you walk us through what it is to live on a base?
So usually you would wake up early and do PT or physical training if you wanted to. Or if we had group PT, we would go meet up with the group and do a run or a workout. From there, we would have some time to take a shower, change into our uniforms, and go eat breakfast before reporting for work. And so my workday really consisted of attending daily updates to understand how things were changing due to COVID or changes in paperwork for other nations. And then I would take this information, implement it with my team, and ensure that customers were cooperating with the proper paperwork, and that we were communicating with our customers, when equipment was going to move.
And then do you have like regular hours, like 9 to 5, and then you're free at 5 and you do what you want?
Yes, so usually I would be working from 9 to, I would say, 5:36.
Okay. And then how do you relax on the base?
So in before COVID, there was a USO where they would have video games, board games, pool tables. They had a music room, a library. They had so many activities, but unfortunately, that shut down due to COVID. There were issues with the USO staff being able to travel. So after the USO closed down, we ended up working with the chaplains to get board games and organize small more morale events. So movie nights, and then in our office, we ended up hanging up a sheet, got a projector, and then also hosted some movie nights.
So lots of movies.
Yes, definitely lots of movies and books.
In the end, would you say that you're happy you went there during the pandemic, or you wish you had gone at a different time?
At the end of the day, I would say that I'm glad I deployed during the pandemic. I think it provided me with an opportunity to learn that most people have never experienced, and that allowed me to learn how to be flexible, time management, work with other entities such as the Saudi government with when I was in Saudi Arabia, and the Kuwaiti government when I was in Kuwait. So those are skills that I'm going to take with me, as I progress in the military and as well as in my civilian career.
And how do you think those skills could apply to your studies?
So it's important when I'm studying to have great time management, be organized, and as well as be flexible. There's no such thing as a perfect plan. And I think that's something a lot of people struggle with. They start something, it's not going the way they wanted to. It's easy to get frustrated. It's easy to give up, but it takes a lot of effort to, adjust, keep going, and go with the flow, take advantage of changes and opportunities that arise, whether they were unexpected or not.
Okay. And could you talk more about your studies, your master in social work? Where are you at? Do you do any research, or is it more focused on internship? Why this internship? Anything you can tell us about your studies?
Okay. So I'm pursuing a clinical social work degree. So that means following my graduation, I'm going to be working towards a license in clinical social work. So its focus is more on mental health. So I would like to serve veterans and service members following my graduation. So I am thankful because this semester I was able to get an internship with the Atlanta Veteran Affairs Medical Center, the VA hospital. And so here I get to learn more about the services that the VA provides to veterans, whether it be medical services, outreach community services, as well as inpatient services. And I think that's something that's very important because I understand the services that the Army provides to people who are currently in, whether they be in the National Guard, reserves, or active duty. But I didn't really have a good understanding of everything the VA had to offer. So I have been learning so much, and I just started. So, and I have no idea what I'm gonna encounter as I continue. And then following graduation, I would like to pursue a career serving veterans, like I said. So I'm not sure if that'll be with the VA or maybe a nonprofit organization. I really am looking forward to figuring out where I can best serve.
Sweet. When you said you're just starting your internship, right? But when are you going to graduate?
So I graduate in December.
Wow, very soon.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm very
that's
excited.
exciting. Yeah, I bet. I've been interviewing veterans like you or people in active duty. And I've noticed a pattern that a lot of you are working in social work. And I'm wondering, like, do you know why? It seems like it's like a passion for you to help other veterans, which I think is fascinating. And it seems to be that it's a bubble. You guys live in a bubble, and you protect each other, you help each other, you assist each other, you love each other. And I think it's fascinating and incredible. And I'm wondering if you could talk more about it.
I really don't know, but I guess if I could speculate, it would be because as a veteran, we know what it's like, the training, the deployments, time away from home. We understand the sacrifices that our family members and our support systems go through. So I think for us, it's the sense of camaraderie that really drives us to stick together. It's hard to describe, I guess. I would say that you spend some of the toughest times with these people in the same uniform, and so that community is powerful, and they can be one of the greatest support systems. So I imagine that's why a lot of people stick to that community.
And do you think it's something that you learned during your training to stick together?
Yes, I have done a lot of teamwork building exercises. You go through challenges in your missions. You get assigned training. There are just a lot of obstacles or challenges that come your way that when you come together and support each other, you can overcome. So I think that definitely has, through training or through experience in the military, helps you build that camaraderie and relationship.
Okay. Earlier, you talked about, how friendly FSU was towards veterans. And I've heard that the Veteran Center is one of the few in the United States. And I was wondering if you could talk about how the Veteran Center helped you either adjust to, grad school, or even, how it assisted you in your journey.
So when I found out I was deploying, I was actually in my first semester of grad school. So the Student Veteran Center definitely was very helpful when I was trying to figure out how to process my benefits to make sure that, I had everything ready to go, not only because I was taking a leave of absence, but also that I would be able to just pick up where I left off. I'm very thankful for the Student Veteran Center for answering all those questions and kind of helping me relax a little bit, get into that mental mindset of, okay, I'm going to take a break from school and I'm about to deploy. So they helped me not worry as much, and so I'm thankful to them, and then also to my advisor at the College of Social Work, Jennifer, who was incredible. She helped me process all the paperwork for the college and ensured that the dean and the MSW chair was tracking that I would be gone for a year.
Oh, okay. So it was a really good support system.
Yes.
Amazing. What motivated you to get into the Army? Is it a family thing, or it was just you who decided, you know what, I want to go into the Army?
My parents are not veterans. I do have an uncle who served in the Navy during Vietnam. But I ended up choosing to join the Army because I wanted the opportunity to travel, to challenge myself. And then, of course, there are awesome educational benefits, and that is something that was important to me because I knew, whether it be after I was done serving, or it ended up being while I was serving, I did want to go pursue higher education.
Okay, great. And my last question for you is, how do you picture yourself in 5 years from today?
In 5 years, I imagine that I will be a licensed clinical social worker, that I will be impacting my community, and that I will help veterans and service members address their needs, and hopefully attending some Florida State football games when I can, but you never know.
So are you from Tallahassee?
No, so I'm originally from Puerto Rico, but my family, we live in Southwest Florida.
Okay, and you plan on staying in Florida?
I don't know. I guess I'm going to go wherever I can find a job.
That's a good mentality. It's easier to find a job when you're willing to go anywhere.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Raquel. I wish you good luck with your internship, and I hope it's going to be as good as it sounds. Happy early graduation.
Thank you so much. I had a great time talking to you.